This is Module 6, Lesson 15. Read the objective while I read it out loud. I can construct perpendicular line segments on a rectangular grid. So if you think of a rectangular grid, this is what we mean by rectangular grid and constructing perpendicular line segments. All right, we are first going to start with our fluency. We're going to start with multiplying and dividing decimals, a little review. Go ahead and do your best. Think about the strategies on multiplying and dividing decimals and come back and check your work. All right, so 0.6, 0.066, 0.6, 0.3. Another way of attacking this problem is to know that this is really a division problem or a fraction. 6 over 20 equals 3/10. There you go. Then 6 divided 30 is 0.2, but you could go 6 over 30, which is 3/15, which is 1/5. Multiply that by 2 to get 2/10. There you go. There's other ways to play with that too. 25 divided by 5 is 5, 0.5, 0.15, 0.05. So if you get rid of the decimal, it's 15 divided by 30. And you know by moving the decimal, you have to have two numbers behind the decimal. 0.12 divided by 4. So you know you're going to have two numbers behind the decimal. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 0.12 divided by 40. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And you're going to end up, because you're dividing, you're going to end up with three numbers behind the decimal. 0.003. All right, the next part of our fluency is drawing angles. We're getting kind of good at those. Now we're going to do it very similar to what we did on lesson 14. So you're going to use a flat edge or a ruler to draw a 4-inch horizontal line, and you're going to plot 5 points. So let's make sure we have some room here. We're going to do 2, so we might run out of some room, but let's try our best. Let's move it over a little bit so we have some more room. Okay, so here's our 4-inch line, and now we're going to mark 4 different spots for 4 different lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it like that. So to begin with, let's mark off a couple of degrees. So starting over here, using my protractor, I'm going to go into my work over here, but that's just the breaks. And I'm going to connect my line here. So this is what a 45-degree angle looks like. Now remember, 45 is half of 90. So the 90-degree angle would be here. So 90 divided by 2 is 45. Now let's draw Let's draw a 35-degree angle. Here's 35 degrees. What do you think we should go to next? How about 25? Let's go 25-degree angle. Here's a 25-degree angle. And then what should our final angle be? What do you think? 45, 35, 25. Let's do 15. All right, so lining up my protractor. So just getting used to looking at what angles look like. And to begin with, and knowing where that 90-degree angle is, knowing that half of 90 would be 45. So if you had an angle that you knew it was 90, if you just cut it in half, you know automatically that that is going to be a 45-degree angle. Then half of 45, we wouldn't necessarily do half of 45, but we might go 30, 35, 25, or 15. Those might be angles that would probably show up quite often. All right, the next part is I want you to draw, again, below here, maybe going from this side this time. You are going to use your ruler or flat edge to draw another 4-inch horizontal line about 3 inches, maybe, well, as far as we can go. It looks like we're only going to be able to do one. And then plot 5 points, one at each inch. So we're going to start here. Whoa, my ruler moved. Okay. So here's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. So let's not worry about this guy here. All right, so then we're going to draw the same angles you made on the top line at the first and third notch. So on the first, so we're going to go from here, first and third. So we're going to use these angles. Draw the same angle pair you made on the top line, but this time open the angles to the left and let the angles share a vertex with its pair at the first and third. Okay, so let's try. Let's go the first and the third. Let's go. We're going to do a 45-degree angle. And remember, when you go to this side, you're using the bottom side here. So if this is 50, here's 45. Here's the 45-degree angle. Now, so what did we just say? A 45 plus a 45 equals what? 90, right? So let's go. Let's add another 45-degree angle. I don't think I made that very straight. No, I didn't. Okay. So if you notice, here's a 45-degree angle, and here's a 45-degree angle. So 45 plus 45, you have now created a 90-degree angle. All right, now, what if I drew another 45-degree angle over here? Oops, over here. Now, so here's 45, and then what would be down here? That's right, 45. So 45 and 45. This would be a new 90-degree angle. Now, if you add, what's 45 times 4, or what's 4 45s? What do you end up when you have 45 plus 45, which is 90, and 45 plus 45, which is 90? So it's 90 plus 90. It's 180 degrees. So This is when people say, oh, I did a 180 on a skateboard. They flipped. They didn't flip all the way around because 180 plus 180 would be 360. So a 360 would be all the way around, right? So whenever you have a flat line, that's really a 180-degree angle. All right, so this is just getting us prepared for our lesson today, because a 90-degree angle is really a perpendicular line. So what is our objective for today? I can construct perpendicular line segments on a rectangular grid. So can you construct a 90-degree angle or a 90-degree or perpendicular line segment? Yeah, I think you can. So this is the end of our this is the end of our fluency part of Module 6, Lesson 15, just getting you prepped for what we're going to do today. So when you come back for the next part, for part 2, what I want you to have with you is your problem set packet, Module 6, Lesson 15, and it's page 242. That's what you're going to be looking at. And then we have, you know what? You're not going to cut these out, unfortunately. You're not going to need to cut those out. Instead, what you can have with you is your little triangle. And if you need to make a new one, just cut another one out. You're going to need a ruler or this straight edge. This creates like the perfect right angle right here too. And it's kind of a nice triangle, right? All right, so, and if you want some different colored pencils, things that you want to work with, that's great as well. I have both of my triangles available. I have my set square right here. This is called a set square. And I have a ruler so I can go back and forth. All right, that ends our fluency. Come on back for part 2 of Module 6, Lesson 15.